Well, it might be midnight, but we got a little breaking news action. The client gets a massive W, and hey, after all the failures that this guy's been getting, he needed it. So the Charity Commission has found serious mismanagement and ordered improvements at Sentebale, but, but, they did not find any bullying or misogynoir the way that Dr. Sophie claimed. Now, it's because he's the king's son. You think they're really going to give it to him like that? They're not going to give it to him the way we want it. For me, I'm sorry, man. Whenever something serious happens with this guy and he just seems to magically just get away with it, it's because he's the king's son, man. Is this good for him? Sure, it's good for him. But for me, I'm the type of person where I don't believe that these elite people will ever face accountability for anything. And I'm not talking only about Harry. The whole thing with the island right now, all the people that went to the island, nobody's being held accountable for that. Now, I'm not saying that Harry went to the island, but I'm just saying these rich people, okay, these elites, they never, ever face accountability for anything that they do. Do I think that Harry was a bully? Absolutely. Do I think that there was misogynoir? Absolutely. Do I think that Harry is racist? Absolutely. I mean, we've seen it. He called someone in the military a slur. So, of course, right, we've seen these things. But as far as it goes for the Charity Commission of England, they're not going to go after the king's son. Sorry. It's concluded there were failings in the charity's governance under its trustees, but has found no evidence to support claims of overreach or widespread or systematic bullying, misogyny, and racism leveled at the client and mostly white former trustees by its chair, Dr. Sophie Chandauka. Now, we do know that the Sussex squad is going to love this crap because they were being so racist to that woman, and she's a real black person, not a fake black person like Meghan. And that's the thing about the Sussex squad. They talk about advocating for women, but then they attack women like Princess Catherine. And then they'll talk about racism against Meghan, but then they'll attack a black person like Dr. Sophie, and they'll be racist to her. Literally. The four key findings of this report: concerns were raised by various parties after conducting interviews and reviewing all evidence submitted. The commission found it was not satisfied with public statements to the media, and public criticism in television interviews were conducted in a way that served the charity's best interest. So they're basically complaining because everybody handled this publicly. I can agree with that. I kind of can, because let's face it, Harry's a child, so he went to the press because he wanted to be a child and have his way. I can agree with that. The delegation of certain powers to the chair, including consideration of an executive chair role, was a confusing, convoluted, and poorly governed process with lack of clearly defined delegations over time, meaning that all these rich people were just fighting for something because they wanted to be the head of the Sentebale charity. The third one, the then trustees did not have proper processes and policies in place to investigate internal complaints. Yeah, that's actually very true. Why wouldn't you have like an HR, right? Every company has an HR. That is very true. A lack of clear policies more generally contributed to the failure of resolve disputes. So again, most of it has to do with the fact that they weren't able to take care of this in-house. Okay, and they did all this crap publicly, and they were crying. Well, Harry was crying publicly, because these people are like that. And they want to go, oh, press, go give me what I want, press, because I want to be the head of it and I want to do this. And then the press is supposed to be like, okay, we're going to tell your story, Harry. We're going to tell your story. I mean, we saw it. We literally saw this guy had spokesperson for him after spokesperson. He even had a friend of his come out. It was so absolutely stupid. Dave Holdsworth, the commission's chief, said, quote, Sentebale's problems played out in the public eye, enabling and damaging dispute to harm the charity's reputation. Well, Harry did that himself. Risk overshadowing its many achievements and jeopardizing the charity's ability to deliver for the very beneficiaries it was created to serve. This case, well, hold on. The very beneficiaries? Do you mean the children in Africa that Harry doesn't give a shit about? Oh, okay. That's what they mean. This case highlights what can happen when there are gaps in governance and policies too critical that are charities above the ability to deliver for their cause. Okay. He urged, moving forward, I urge all parties not to lose sight of those who rely on the charity services. You mean the children in Africa? The current trustees must now make improvements and ensure the charity focuses on delivering for those it exists to serve. Yeah, the problem, Mr. Commission Executive David Holdsworth, is that Harry believes that the charity is supposed to serve him.